Welcome back to McKinley High School as we get set for our second Silver Hoops Classic game. And with a little shout out here for Zaire Dorsey. He's doing a great job getting this thing up and running and getting coaches and players coordinated, introducing the teams. Referees for this one, Kareem Barnes, John Stamos, and Rob McDowell. And Tom, I guess we can anticipate a game pretty much like the first one. A lot of up and down the floor action.
Yeah, but I think we may see even more put down in this one, right? We got a lot of guys on this floor that could put it down, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that, especially if we see some fast breaks that'll happen out there. Some true all-stars all over this one, right? You're going to see starting out with the center right here, Solomon Jackson. He was huge for St. Joe's this year, a big reason for their success. Kevin Thompson over there from Timon. We actually saw him get his 1,000th point this year. He has been such a big player right here. And then also, let's not count out St. Francis, right? You've got over here C.J. Moore, who's been a big part of their success.
Don't forget Lamar Matthews. You and I saw him get his 1,000 point right off the opening tip.
Did it in the sectional semifinal game.
Lamar Matthews with the ball. It goes off his hands. Controlled by Dallas, and he'll send it into the corner. Thompson's three is no good. Rebound hauled down. Fast break up ahead to Robinson from Niagara Wheatfield. Now it comes back to Brown for Niagara Falls. Now to Parker. Robinson's three is short, no good. And Solomon Jackson III passes it ahead to Thompson, lays it up and in. And there's the first bucket of the game. 2-0 to private schools. Mike Esther coaching the privates. Eric O'Brien coaching the publics. Robinson on the far side. Now to Parker. Still on the far side. Three-pointer. Hargrave is good, and it's 3-2.
May have had a foot on the line. I think he had the foot on the line. It's only a two-pointer.
All right. And Solomon Jackson III puts it up. Won't go, but he does draw the foul.
Let's talk about some of the players on the Niagara Frontier League, right? Rod Brown leading the way, your guard right there, helped Niagara Falls to the big win to get back to the finals over Orchard Park. Him, and we also know Don McKenzie, another big player. We've seen him play big, and he is their top scorer for Niagara Falls for the season. Love what we've seen out of Nate Parker. He's been electrifying with over 20 points per game. He is really fun to watch.
Both free throws are good to make it a 4-2 game.
And then don't forget about Sean Hargrave, right from Ken West. Can do everything. He's the big man right there that plays big, but will play as a guard position when he plays at the next level.
McKenzie banks it in to tie the game at 4. Now Thompson put up a three. Good. Kevin Thompson out of Timon headed to Dieuville, and head coach Earl Shunk will join us at halftime. Now coming back the other way, the short jump shot is around and out. Jackson III hauls down the rebound, makes a move, goes down the lane, puts it up, no good. And he steals the ball back, but he can't save it. He got it back from Sean Hargrave, but couldn't keep it in bounds. And now Robinson from it. Go ahead.
And we didn't talk about that one last player, which was T.J. Robinson, who can shoot the lights out from anywhere, right? We've seen him do it game after game. Big player.
And there's a three from Rod Brown of Niagara Falls to tie it at 7.
And he's smiling like he didn't call that one right there. You can see it. He knows that he got one on that one.
There's Dallas out of St. Francis. Into the corner. His pass is stolen. Oh, what a move behind the back. Pass into the corner to Brown. His shot is off the iron. No good. Ball is loose. Controlled. And banked up and won't go. And Dallas gets the rebound up ahead for Tran from Lockport. No good. Rebound. He went over Moore to get the rebound. Coming back the other way is McKenzie. And now he'll get it to Brown. And Brown can't score. Excuse me, that was Parker. There's a shot, and that won't go. Put up and won't go, and a whistle and a foul. So Brown and Parker both getting opportunities, and neither one of them could get it to fall.
And the smaller guys on the court, the ones in there banging on the rebounds right there.
That'll put Rod Brown out of Niagara Falls at the free throw line. First free throw is good. We'll make that 8-7. And we'll get some substitutions already, as I guess they want to keep guys fresh.
Well, also big rosters.
Yes.
Right, you got big rosters, right? You got to get everybody playing time.
Well, I mean, the private school roster is a lot smaller than the Niagara Frontier League roster.
Yeah, but I think you're going to see almost at every 4-minute mark, you're going to see wholesale changes from the Niagara Frontier League, where we'll see a complete new 5 come into the game.
Well, here's Brown taking that second free throw, and that's no good. And the rebound comes to the private schools. Matthews out of Tapestry. Lamar Matthews drives down the lane, puts it up and in. He's quick. Now Brown back the other way. Puts up a 3. Good. 11-9.
Brown making the early claim right now for the MVP award.
And here's Matthews back the other way. Almost taken away, gets the ball back, turns, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound's knocked out of bounds. And it will go to the Niagara Frontier League.
I want to say that was 7 early for Brown, wasn't it? The 1 free throw he made, right? Did he make 1 free throw? And then 2 threes right there.
To be honest, I'm going with you because I don't know. My math isn't what it used to be, and it was never that good to begin with. So the Niagara Frontier League will bring it up. Phil Jones out of Kenmore West. Drives down the lane, puts it up and in. Phil Jones makes it 13-9 in favor of the visitors. We get a whistle and a timeout taken by the private schools. 13, go ahead.
I was going to say, why don't we just say who entered the game for Niagara Frontier? It was Kai Tran for Lockport. I also saw Greg Sanders for CSAT in there. You saw the 1 points right there, which were from Ken West, which was
Phil Jones.
I saw was Wyatt Cooper that was in there, and then the last one was from Newport, which was number 20, Logan Yu.
And now we have Antonio Gallo into the game for the private school team, along with Jacob Kanowski, who has the ball from O'Hara. Into the corner, shot off the iron, no good by Ricky Washington. Long pass up ahead, stolen by Thompson for the private schools, and he'll drive right down the lane and slam it home. Kevin Thompson. And I'll bet that brought a smile to Earl Shunk's face since he's going into Uville. Now the ball's turned over. The private schools push it up the floor. And Thompson slams it home again. Back-to-back jams for Kevin Thompson. And it's 13-13. Wow.
I told you, I think we're seeing more dunks in this one still.
Three-pointer from way downtown is no good by Sanders. Now on the far side, Krozak does drain the 3 out of Newport to make it 16-13. That was Logan Ute, excuse me. Now Thompson for 3, no good. And skying for that rebound is Kai Tran out of Lockport. Tran gets the ball back, spins, drives down the lane and running one-hander, no good. Battle for the loose ball. And Phil Jones from Kenmore West has it. And to Wyatt Cooper, and he lost the handle on the ball. Has it knocked away, comes to Gallo for the privates. And Gallo all the way across court for Kanowski, for O'Hara for 3, no good. Kai Tran out of Lockport gets the rebound. Bounce pass up ahead to Jones, and he will dish it off to Cooper, but it's turned over, taken away, and here comes Kanowski again. Kanowski to Thompson on the far side. Thompson, who's had 2 monster dunks, has the ball go off his hand or leg out of bounds, and it'll go to the Niagara Frontier team.
So we're kidding. We talk about the MVP. They do give an MVP award out, so everybody knows. That's why we've been joking about it, right? There will be an MVP awarded to each team, and as well as a sportsmanship award awarded to each team.
Jones from Kenmore West drives, puts up a shot, no good, off the iron. Rebound Kanowski for the private schools. Out of Thompson. He'll put it on the floor. Bounce pass underneath, put up and in. Damian Kelly from St. Mary's. And you know, Tom, in a couple of the St. Mary's games that we saw, he did stuff just like that.
So we called him like an unsung
Yeah.
player. He was doing all the things necessary to win, right? And it was always rebounds off the board or doing something right at the glass to help his team out.
And that free throw is no good. Wyatt Cooper gets the rebound, and Greg Sanders has the ball. Sanders, he'll put up a three. Good. Well, nobody's shy about shooting in these games, that's for sure.
Wow, I wouldn't expect anything less than an all-star game.
Jackson the third down the lane, puts it up and in out of St. Joe's. Solomon Jackson the third, and it's 19-17 in favor of the private school.
I'll tell you, another foot closer, and I'll tell you, Solomon may have put that one down.
I think he was thinking about it. And there's Tran getting the rebound and blocked. Kelly gets it ahead to Jackson. Jackson, cross-court pass to Gallo, now to Kanowski. He'll put up a running one-hander, no good. Put up, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Taken down by Sanders out of CSAT. And he'll drive down the lane. He'll send it back to Ute. He'll put up a three. No good off the iron. Jackson skies for the rebound. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter, and what a quarter it's been. Here's Jackson putting it on the floor, drives down the lane, and he gets the roll and the foul. Solomon Jackson the third, and we're all tied up at 19. And we get Lamar Matthews coming back in.
Sometimes I wonder who gets more excited when Solomon plays, whether it's him on the floor or his dad over here in the stands. I love his dad. One of the, a great guy, really is. And he really gets into it, and really, I've had a chance to see Solomon grow up over the years. And just a great kid, great player, and really saw it come out these last couple of years, especially on the basketball court.
Baseball and football guy, too?
Baseball and basketball guy, not a football guy.
And he couldn't get the layup to fall. Dallas gets the rebound, looking for help. His shot is blocked out of bounds by Ute, and it'll stay with the private schools.
He's got a gun, I'm going to tell you, on the mound. This is a pitcher who can actually do some big things.
Moore in the corner. Gets it out to his teammate Dallas. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Jump shot, good, nicely done there by Darnell Dallas. And the private schools have the lead. Sanders for three, no good. And that'll bring the first quarter to a close with the Niagara Frontier League leading the private schools by a score of 21-19. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling.
Welcome back to McKinley High School as the Niagara Frontier team inbounds the ball.
We got a whole new set of players out there,
that's what I was just noticing. There's a jump shot put up, won't go. Rebound banked up and in, and a foul. Dom McKenzie from Niagara Falls getting the bucket there.
So the two that we've seen play already out there in the court is Nate Parker and Dom McKenzie, the gentleman who just scored. Entering the game now for the first time, Mario Smith or Ken West. We've got also number 24, Jake Kish from North Tonawanda, and Carter Krosek from Newport.
And here's Lamar Matthews going down the lane, missed the layup. Rebound hauled down by Parker from CSAT. He turns it over. Solomon Jackson gets it ahead to Matthews, and he lays it up and in. Thought he was going to dunk it, decided just to lay it in. Now back the other way. Three-pointer, around and out. Kanowski gets the rebound to Solomon Jackson. Jackson, three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Parker out of CSAT, and he'll drive down the lane, lay it up, won't go. Jackson gets bumped on the rebound. It's Jake Kish out of North Tonawanda. Now back to Parker, Kish. He'll put up the three. Good. Jake Kish out of North Tonawanda. Driving down the lane, Dallas puts it up and in, and we're all tied at 25. Kish just hit a three. Hey, almost turned it over, gets the ball back. On the far side to Mario Smith from Kenmore West, taken away by Jackson, and they're going to call that a jump ball, and the ball will go to the private school team. All tied at 25. Kanowski inbounds it to Dallas. And Dallas to C.J. Moore for three. Good. C.J. Moore gives the home team a three-point lead. 28-25. Parker back the other way for three. Off the iron, no good. Tipped up, but no good by McKenzie from Niagara Falls. Here's Lamar Matthews. Short jump shot, no good. Parker gets the rebound. Near side to Jones. Put up and in by McKenzie out of Niagara Falls. Moore inbounds it to Kanowski. Kanowski to Moore. He'll put up another three. No good. Off the back iron. Rebound by Kish out of North Tonawanda. And Kish brings it into the front court to Parker. And he banks it up and in. Make it 29-28 in favor of the Niagara Frontier League team. Now Dallas on the far side. Bounce pass underneath to Kanowski to Solomon Jackson the third. What a move, what a bucket. Nice play there by Jackson to make it 30-29. The private schools reclaim the lead. 6.5 to play. Second quarter, Kish back to Parker. Parker. The corner, the McKenzie for three. No good, off the iron. Rebound taken down by Krozak to Kish for three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound Moore, and C.J. Moore brings the ball up the floor. Moore drives down the lane, puts it up and in. C.J. Moore with five. Hitting the three and then that, and here comes Parker back the other way. He's fouled, but he scores and there's no foul. I stand corrected. He thought he got hit with the body, but they let that one go. Now Lamar Matthews, one of many exciting players you have seen or will see on the floor here today. Matthews drives. Oh, is it knocked away? And they'll lay it up and in by McKenzie off the fast break. Great defense leading to offense, and here comes Moore back the other way. Handed off to Matthews. He'll put up a three. No good, off the iron. Mario Smith out of Ken West hauls down the rebound, gets it up ahead to Kish, and he'll go right to the bucket, put it up and in. 35-32, and we got a timeout on the floor with 5:15 to go. Tom, it seems to me like the pace has picked up just a tad.
Yeah, and that timeout is strictly just to make wholesale changes that we see right here. But I'll tell you, that 2 plays ago, I was shocked McKenzie didn't put that one down. I thought he was the reason Parker gave him the ball was to put that one down, and he just rolls it in. I thought that was going to be a dunk right there.
Damone Brown, the former Syracuse star, drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, and now the head coach at Bryant and Stratton, just walked by. Bryant and Stratton, their men's team, lost in the championship game this year. So a great year for, as Thompson drains a three, a great year for Bryant and Stratton as Kevin Thompson drains a three to tie it all up at 35. Now coming back the other way out of Lockport, Kai Tran drives down the lane. Nicely done. And it's 37-35. The Niagara Frontier team takes the 2-point lead. Thompson again. Thompson maintains control of the ball somehow. He did it. He'll put up a three. No good, off the back iron. Rebound taken down by Brown out of Niagara Falls. Brown drives down the lane, puts it up, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Thompson has it for the private school team, and he'll get it ahead to Kelly out of St. Mary's. Knocked away by Tran, but he gets it back, looking for a teammate to pass to. Gets it to Gallo, and Gallo sends it out to Thompson, who missed the slam. He hit the rim, and coming back the other way and putting it up and in is Robinson out of Niagara Wheatfield. Well, the guy on the back end got hung out to dry there. A little 3-1, 39-35, and Jackson scores and draws the foul for the private school team to make it 39-37.
Getting very interesting here as to who's starting to stand out a little bit in this game, right? Obviously, I think it's easier right now for the private schools to see that happen because they have a smaller roster, right? But early on, you got to say Thompson and Jackson are your two standouts right now for them.
Hargrave to Tran from Lockport for three, and he drains it. Kai Tran.
That's a quick 5 for him right there as he's starting to make a stance.
3 the other way for Jackson, no good. Brown hauls down the rebound. Brown, and there's a 3 coming up for Hargrave. That's no good. Ball's knocked out.
Wow.
Oh, nice play by Kai Tran to knock the ball off of Ricky Washington out of bounds. And the Niagara Frontier League will keep it. And here's Brown out of Niagara Falls. Now Tran for 3. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net there. And quick 8, shall we say?
Yeah, that may be your top scorer right now on that side.
Thompson, his shot is blocked. That was Logan Ute who got up to block that. Great block there.
Give it back to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ute calling for the ball for 3. Good. Logan Ute, who had a monster game at Buff State, the game you and I did. There's a whistle, and suddenly it's a 9-point game with the private schools leading the Niagara Frontier team 48-37.
Yeah, you got to give the guy the ball back after he makes a big block like that. And then he comes up big with the points is even bigger right there. No doubt about it. But it's a fun game to watch right now. I mean, we're seeing is obviously the Niagara Frontier League's got more players out there right now. When you look at it is who's out there. Early on, Rod Brown with some big points. We already talked about a Kai Tran. Kai also comes off a great football season, if you remember. He was one of the top 3 wide receivers in Western New York when it came to yardage also. So obviously someone who's done it in multiple sports out there for his team, for Lockport. We've also seen Don McKenzie with a couple big points here earlier. Like, we'll see it shape out as it goes along, but we're seeing some guys already step up and looking to take over that top spot right now.
So it's 48-37. Private schools in the lead, and they have the ball in the hands of Solomon Jackson III. C.J. Moore getting set to check in. He just got a word from the coach. Into the corner. Washington from Tapestry for 3 is good. And it's 51-37. That's a 14-point lead. So now the Niagara Frontier League needs some buckets and some stops.
No, they put points on the wrong side. It's 48-40.
Thank you. I was all confused. Glad that wasn't me. And driving and not scoring is Brown. And the private schools has the rebound. They'll get it to Thompson and Lamar Matthews. And he'll put it up and won't get the roll, but he does draw the foul. So the scoreboard really, they had a what, 51-37?
Yeah, it was really off, but obviously fixed it because it just went 3 points to the wrong side is what happened.
And here's Matthews, and his free throw is no good.
Now, folks, remember they're 10-minute quarters is how they're doing these. It's a running quarter till the last 2 minutes of the quarter. Then they'll stop it and go ahead and play it out like you would a normal game. But it is a running clock that does not stop.
He missed the second free throw, and Jones from Kenmore West gets the rebound. Now Logan Ute back to Tran out of Lockport. Stops, pops, no good. Rebound taken down by Matthews. And Matthews will dish it off to Kelly, who banks it up and in. Make it 48-42. The Niagara Frontier League now down by 6. Back the other way, Jones for 3. No good. Rebound Solomon Jackson III. And his bounce pass ahead too far for C.J. Moore. And now Brown comes back the other way for the short jump shot. Around and in. It'll make it 48-44. Oh, 50 to 44. Did I screw that up or did they screw that up?
It says 50-42 now.
There's a bucket back the other way.
Now it says 50-44.
I got to stop watching that scoreboard. They're driving me crazy. Here's Brown on a Niagara Falls. And we get a whistle and a substitution. Jackson goes out. Kanowski comes back in, as does Darnell Dallas out of St. Francis. And this is Robinson from Niagara Wheatfield. Robinson with Moore guarding him, gets it back to Ute. His three is no good off the back iron. Loose ball controlled by the private school. They'll get it to Thompson. He'll drive and stop and shoot. No good. Rebound Dallas to Moore. Now to Matthews. Far side to Thompson for three. No good off the back iron. Rebound taken down by Brown. And Brown, he's hit by Moore. That'll be a foul, and it'll stay with the Niagara Frontier team. Tran will inbound to Brown. Final 20 seconds of the first half. On the far side to Jones out of Kenmore West. Knocked away by Thompson. Ahead from Matthews. They'll lay it up and in. To make it 50 to 46 with less than 10 seconds to go. Ahead for Ute. And did that ball hit the ceiling up there? The stanchion hit something up there. Because right? I'm sitting there going, well, where'd the ball go?
No, it's like a net that they have up there that splits the gym.
So the private schools, down by 4, will look to cut into that lead. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. So, fascinating back and forth game. Which one of these teams gets to 100 points first, you think?
Oh, man, it's going to be the one who wins the game is what it's going to be. But we knew this was going to be a fun one, right? This was going to be, we thought, absolutely more dunking in this one just because we had more guys that are capable of it. You think about half of each team right there could put this down, right?
Yes.
Think about half the guys out there can put it down right now, just waiting for some of the open. And some, I think, have even held back from putting one down a couple times. So
that's very true.
No doubt. And, in fact, if I'm right here, if I'm coach, I'm shocked if I don't draw something up right now here for Kevin Thompson the way he's playing right now. Especially you see something like Kevin do something slashing right towards the hole.
Kanowski from O'Hara will inbound the ball. The coach is way out on the...
He just drew up a play, right? He drew up a play that he's trying to do right now. And he says it's movement. Here it is. There's the slash.
Oh, and Ute picked it off.
And Kevin's like, I don't get what happened, right?
Robinson,
he didn't get the play.
Robinson, he made it. He made it on the far side. T.J. Robinson on a Niagara Wheatfield, and that'll at the buzzer to give the Niagara Frontier League a 53-46 lead at halftime.
How many times do I see with him when I say what we do him? He could shoot from the parking lot, right? He's one of. I've seen him shoot for years. He makes shots like that all the time. Great shot there, TJ, to end this one.
Well, he rolled out of bed and made that one just before the buzzer sounded. At halftime, it's the Niagara Frontier League 53, the private schools 46. We'll be back with Earl Shunk, the head coach at the Uville. After this short break, you're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Well, welcome back to McKinley High School. I'm Stu Boyer, and we're joined by Earl Shunk, the head coach at Deauville College, and he used to be the head coach at Grover Cleveland for many years. And you have a number of players who, and now I can say it, you can't. Kevin Thompson from the private school team is committed to Deauville, and a number of other players are on the verge of it who are in this game. So how exciting is it for you to have all these local kids either committed or getting ready to commit?
It's honestly very exciting, and you kind of visualize seeing them all on the court together, and you see like people hitting three-point shots, dunking, running the floor, and you see them wearing a red uniform, and like you really kind of think, wow, this is going to be pretty impressive when these guys all mature, because they're still seniors in high school now. You know, by the time they're juniors and seniors in college, you kind of can imagine almost like, wow, this is going to be really something.
How difficult has the transition been from D3 to D2?
Well, I think you saw that my hair used to be black at one time. It's been a struggle, but I mean, I've got really great kids that have worked really hard. I mean, we came in and we did this, we played a very difficult schedule in the beginning, and what happened is we lost a lot of games big early, and it took our guys a lot of time to rebound. But I think in the long run, it's going to help us. It's been great. I mean, we have a really good role model in Damon here, who's been, consistently in the playoffs and the NCAA tournament. So it's been good to see all the teams in our conference, and by the end of the year, we were pretty competitive with most of the teams that we played against.
Well, tell me a little bit about how you as a coach navigate that, and how do you keep your players from getting too discouraged when you go through that transition?
That's kind of the art of the whole thing. And for myself too, when we were at Grover, we won an awful lot. So sometimes you have to take like minor victories, and we celebrated every good thing we did during the course of the year. We had our first Division II win like about 2/3 of the way through. We went to Mercy and won. Then we played St. Thomas Aquinas, who just missed getting to the Elite Eight, and we beat them the second half. So, and we played a really tough game earlier in the year against Damon with Andrew Sisko. So every time we did something well, we said, okay, this is something along the way. And always everything was based on what's going to happen in the future. Because there's times in the present that it was rough. I mean, the level of play, even for me as a coach, there are a lot of things that are a lot different about this level. The level of coaching is more, the other teams know way more about you because there's so much more scouting, and also there's more travel. So there's been a whole bunch of things that we've all been on a learning curve. But I think the big thing about it at the end is like I was able to look them at the end of the year and say, we're almost there now.
That's awesome. So now, essentially, you really seem to be mining the talent in Section 6. I don't know who you have from outside the area, but you have one player committed in this game, 3 or 4 others perhaps right on the verge. What is the state from your position? What is the state of basketball in Section 6?
This year it's improving a lot. I think COVID kind of hurt everybody that year, last year where basically teams were barely playing and practicing was difficult. But we saw a lot of good individual talent. By the end of the year, there were some really good games at Buffalo State. You got to see them as well. And I was pretty impressed. I thought by the end of the year there were some really good teams. Now, they got 4 of the 5 Section 6 teams got to Glens Falls. They unfortunately lost in the semifinals, but I think every one of them get a good account of themselves. And there's a lot of young players around in the next year or so that I think I'm looking forward to seeing the talent in Section 6 going forward, too.
Well, now, how hard is it to recruit at a place like Deauville? And outside of Section 6, do you have a primary recruiting area? You know, some schools have New Jersey.
Well, we have Florida. We have 6 guys from Florida.
Now,
on
how
the
did
team.
you manage that?
The first time, 2 years ago, when we knew we were going to Division II, our president and the athletic director said, find a spot. And I was able to go down right during winter break. And we saw like a big high school showcase with like 40 teams. So I made some connections there. And then COVID hit. And fortunately, somehow I was able to make some connections and get some kids in. And last year in the COVID year, and then we brought in 3 more this year also from Florida. So we basically have Florida and New York right now as our group. And the irony is the kids from Florida, other than, well, going outside today, really like New York State.
So the quality of players in Florida compared to the quality of players you're getting in Section 6. Yeah, I like to put people on the spot.
Okay, so that's a good question. The athleticism of the kids in Florida is unrivaled. I went to games that was like, oh my goodness. You know, it reminded me of some of my Oak Grove or Cleveland teams. You guys dunking, shoot threes. But then, like the guys that we're looking at here are pretty close athletically.
Now, do you find most kids, when you're recruiting them, what's the reaction that you get? And do you find most kids pretty coachable?
Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing initially is every one of these guys is the man on their team. You know, they're used to having the ball in their hands, sometimes exclusively if they're like the best player and you don't have a lot around you. So the hard thing is learning that your role is not going to be the same. I mean, we only take kids that are really good kids. I mean, there's enough out there that you don't have to, like, take chances on somebody. So, you know, we want high character people to start with. But the big thing about coachability is as long as once they learn their role, they'll be good. And the good thing is all these kids out here that we're recruiting are all really good friends already. So some of that has been overcome already. They all played on like AAU teams together or stuff like that. So I think we got a good base with that.
Well, final question for you. We might have to speed it up. How difficult and how frustrating is it to get any kind of coverage, even at the D2 level?
This is the first interview I've had. I sometimes feel like I've gone into witness protection.
Oh, God.
But honestly, it's just, you know, thanks to these guys here, you guys at Western New York Athletics, for just bringing high school sports to that. I mean, there's Damon, and you got the Division I schools, the Bills, the Sabres, and all that. So anything we get was wonderful.
Well, we're glad to have you. Earl Shunk.
I appreciate it, Stu. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank
That's
you.
Earl Shunk, head coach at Deauville. And Tom Prince and I will now bring you the second half as Earl slides out and Tom slides back in. At halftime, it's the Niagara Frontier League leading the private school 53-46. And I don't know, Tom, I saw you were quite busy at halftime, so I don't know what kind of pearls of wisdom you gleaned at halftime.
No,
did you by any chance get any high scores?
I didn't. There was we saw just who scored. And it was the same people we've been talking about all along, right? So I mean, obviously the 3 big scorers for the private charter schools were Thompson, Solomon Jackson, and Lamar Matthews are your top 3 over there. And it's been Rod Brown, Kai Tran, and Don McKenzie as your big leaders right there in the scoring for the Niagara Frontier League. No, what I was actually trying to do is set up our interview that'll be at halftime for the last game. And we're going to go to Zaire, who is actually running this entire thing right now, doing a fantastic job. We're going to bring him on at halftime of the last game, and I'll do that interview.
And we're underway in the second half. Greg Sanders, our side. That's Jones from Kenmore West. What a move, and he won't go. And here comes Thompson back the other way. He'll drive, lay it up, and it won't go. And Wyatt Cooper hauls down the rebound for the Niagara Frontier squad, and Nate Parker brings the ball up the floor now. Zaire Dorsey is, of course, the McKinley head coach. The 3, no good. And Mario Smith will put up a 3 that's off the iron, no good. And the rebound taken down by Kanowski, and he'll pass it up ahead. It's tipped away from Solomon Jackson, but he gets it to Dallas, and his shot won't go. Cooper battles for the rebound. Dallas puts it up and in as he out-muscled Wyatt Cooper. And Dallas is down on the floor, but he gets up okay. It's 53-48 now in favor of the visitors. And driving down, oh, what a block by Thompson. And Dallas comes back the other way for the private schools. He'll put up a short jump shot and score. And that'll make it 53-50. The private schools down by 3 as Mario Smith has the ball from the Niagara Frontier team. Smith out of Parker. Now Kish. He'll put up a 3. Good. Pretty sure that's his second 3 of the game.
Yeah, he had one in the first quarter also.
And here's Thompson, who is going, by the way, to Deauville. Earl Shung couldn't talk about him, but I'm sure he likes what he sees as he drives down the lane and scores. Now, inbounded to Kish. Kanowski guarding him. Kish keeps on driving. Wyatt Cooper from the corner. No good, off the iron. Thompson has the rebound for the private schools. Thompson. Short jump shot, no good. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to the Niagara Frontier League team.
Dallas making an impact early on in this one from St. Francis. That big battle with Cooper right underneath with Wyatt. And does a great job of putting that back in. Then comes down and puts 2 more in the next possession right after that.
Now Mario Smith from Kenmore West. Has it knocked away, gets it back, looking for help, gets it to his teammate, Jones. Now Wyatt Cooper's shot is off the iron, no good. Jones gets the rebound, no good. And Solomon Jackson III comes down with that rebound for the private schools. And he almost has it taken away by Jones. Instead, he'll drive down the lane, make a couple of moves, no good. Smith with the rebound, long pass up ahead for Kish. He'll lay it up and in. Kanowski tried to defend him, couldn't stop him. 58.
Kish coming on as one of the big scorers right now for NFL.
Here's C.J. Moore. C.J. who will attend Lemieux in the fall. Jackson back out to Thompson for 3. No good. And Kish gets the rebound. Big rebound there. Bounce pass up ahead to Parker. Knocked out of bounds. And that will stay with the Niagara Frontier League team.
So we got wholesale changes coming in right now that'll come in for the private charter schools.
And we also have free throws. Nate Parker from CSAT at the free throw line. Excuse me, that's Greg Sanders. I don't know why I keep confusing with number 1 and number 4. Matthews comes back. Moore goes out. Washington from Tapestry comes in. Kelly from St. Mary's comes in, as does Gallo.
Thompson, the only one that's going to stay on the floor right now for the private.
They briefly had too many men on the court. Is there a foul for that? Yeah, it's a 2-minute minor. 2-minute minor in hockey. I know you don't like hockey. As Sanders makes the free throw, 60-52. The Niagara Frontier League team leading this one. This is Matthews with the ball. Near side to Thompson. Thompson, bounce pass to Matthews, wide open 3. No good off the iron. The rebound gets back, and Thompson missed the dunk. And Kish comes back the other way, and he lost the handle on the ball. Thompson has it, and he will lay it up and in. 60-54, Privates down by 6. Jones back the other way. He'll put up a short jump shot, no good off the iron. Rebound taken down by Kelly, and he'll hand it off to Thompson. Up ahead into the corner to Gallo for 3. Good. Antonio Gallo out of St. Mary's gets a 3.
No.
More substitutions.
He's motioning traveling, as he's saying, but what he's saying is that they're just players coming in and out. So
wait a second. I don't need any help getting confused. You know that, don't you?
So just in and out. Just going to make some subs right here.
Far side. McKenzie. 62-57. Matthews. Thompson thought about the 3, instead puts it on the floor, drives down the lane, lays it up and in. 62-59. Niagara Frontier leading this one. Parker goes between two. The shot won't fall. McKenzie misses. Parker misses. Parker gets the rebound again, and that time he scores. Was not to be denied. And it's 64-59, Niagara Frontier. Thompson looking for room, puts up a long three, no good. Ball just there. Carter Kruzak gets the rebound up ahead. There's a, oh, he missed the dunk. McKenzie from Niagara Falls missed it. And there's a three that's around and out by Parker. And on the far side, it's Matthews. And he'll lay it up, won't go. Rebound battled for, loose on the floor. And passed up ahead. Thompson tips the pass and steals the ball. And he comes back the other way. Thompson slams it home.
Oh, no.
He almost brought the basket down. Yeah.
That basket literally, it almost folded up is what it did.
Well, that's not the first time we've seen him do that today. Look at him. He's a little, oh boy, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Did we get that on replay? Let's see if we can replay this. I went black on us. I apologize. But that, listen, I think we got the replay, so we'll put it out on social media there. But that thing folded up right after he actually went up there.
So now the Niagara Frontier League team comes back the other way. Robinson drives to the basket and is fouled by Washington out of Tapestry. Quite a dunk there.
And you got to think right now, Thompson maybe separating himself for that MVP award right now.
Interestingly enough, he's hung on the rim twice, and neither time was called for a foul. Short jump shot around and in by Sean Hargrave from Kenmore West, making it 66-61. Niagara Frontier League team. Matthews back the other way. Into the corner, Gallo for three. Around and out. Rebound taken down by McKenzie out of Niagara Falls. And he'll send it into the corner. Three is off the iron by Krozak, no good, knocked out of bounds. And the ball will stay with it'll go with the private schools. The Niagara Frontier League leading this one by 5, 66-61. Matthews spins away from a defender. And we got a whistle and a foul. Not too many fouls in these games. The officials have let them play, and they really haven't had to let them play either. It's just been good basketball. And that pass is stolen by Hargrave out of Kenmore West. He'll get it ahead to Parker. And Parker puts up a shot that won't go, and Solomon Jackson gets the rebound out of St. Joe's. Jackson drives right down the lane, puts it up, no good, but he draws the foul. Now, I don't know if they called that foul before the shot or during the shot. Looks like it's during the shot because he's headed to the free throw line. Once again, the officials, Kareem Barnes, John Stamos, and Rob McDowell. Solomon Jackson III is at the free throw line. We're in the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Free throws off the iron, no good.
Standing room only right here today, too.
And another game coming up, too, that we'll have for you. Jake Fyack and you here on Western New York Athletics.
Yeah, it's going to be the Yale Cup 2 versus ECIC 1 and 2 All-Stars.
Robinson kicks it into the corner, and the three is good by Krozak. So, shot of the day so far, the Thompson dunk or the Robinson three-pointer? Now you're smiling. You're smiling.
You gotta go to the dunk.
All right, hey, come on.
That thing folded up over there.
I know,
everything.
but it's a buzzer beater before halftime.
See, but I've seen those all season. Have you seen a backboard
no.
almost fold up?
And McKenzie from the Falls misses the three. Washington gets it ahead to Matthews, and he will drive, lay it up, and get the roll and a whistle.
Yeah, that's going to count.
And the basket does count.
Yeah, McKenzie actually pulled on the rim a little bit there, held the rim, and that's where they're going to count that basket.
69-64, Robinson with the ball. Robinson, he tried to hand it off, but instead turned it over, and Jackson comes back the other way, and he scores, making it 69-66. Pass ahead, Robinson for three, good. T.J. Robinson out of Niagara. Wheatfield has at least 2 threes. Gallo on the far side. And he stops, gets it to Jackson, who avoids 2 defenders, banks it up and in to make it 72-68. And the ball will go out of play, and that'll bring the third quarter to a close with the Niagara Frontier League team leading the private schools 72-68. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Well, we're set for the fourth quarter here at McKinley High School in Buffalo. A great day of high school basketball. These are the Silver Hoops All-Star game, the 25th class. And the private schools, trailing by 4, will inbound the ball. Kanowski will get it over to Lamar Matthews. 1,000-point scorer in high school, got his 1,000th point in the playoffs at Buff State. He drains a 3 to start the fourth quarter, and it's a 1-point game with the Niagara Frontier team leading the way. Rod Brown out of Niagara Falls. Brings the ball up, he'll drive, he'll lay it up, won't go. Rebound taken by Tran from Lockport, his shot won't go. Kanowski gets the loose ball and gets it ahead to Thompson. Long bounce pass, intended for Moore, is intercepted. And, they got away with a travel there. Here's Mario Smith with a short jump shot around and out. Moore battles for the rebound, wins it, gets it ahead to Matthews. He'll stop for 3 off the iron, no good. Loose ball chased down, almost a major collision. And that one will go with the Niagara Frontier League team. Well, that could have been a major collision. Glad it wasn't. A little too close to us. I know you got my back, Tom, but I don't move like I used to.
I'm jumping right out for you still.
See, that's why Tom's my guy. Smith from Kenmore West in the corner. He'll put up a shot off the iron, no good. Thompson hauls down the rebound. Don't forget, after the game, we'll have interviews with the MVPs from each team. Thompson banks it up and in, and the private schools take a 73-72 lead. Inbound to Kish on the near side. Kish spinning, shooting off the iron, no good, and Dallas gets the rebound. Out of St. Francis. Oh, nice move. Drives down the lane, can't get the shot to fall, and Kish comes up with the rebound ahead to Rod Brown out of Niagara Falls. Here's Brown. He'll put up a 3. Off the iron, no good on the far side. Smith puts up a rebound, won't go. Tran tips it up, won't go. And Tran gets the rebound again. Now Tran will put up a 3, and that one's good. Kai Tran out of Lockport makes it 75-73 in favor of the Niagara Frontier League.
And I think that puts him into double digits. He may be the first guy to go into double digits for the NFL team.
Now Matthews, far side to Thompson for 3. Good. Kevin Thompson. 76-75 private schools. Kish back the other way. Dishes it off to Brown from the Falls. No good off the iron. And Smith hauls down the rebound, saves it for Kish. He'll put up a 3. Good.
Kish making a play for it.
That's his third 3. 78-76 Niagara Frontier. Let's see. And here comes Thompson again for 3. No good that time. And Kish chases down the rebound with Brown. Kish drives. Puts up a running one-hander, won't go. Thompson gets the rebound. Long pass on the far side to Matthews. He'll lay it up and in. Lamar Matthews. Look at the pace of this game. Back and forth we go to Smith, and he'll try the reverse layup and score. 80-78 Niagara Frontier now. Matthews with the ball. Nobody wants to see this slow down. Keep going, fellas. This is fun, entertaining basketball. Matthews still has it, drives down the lane. His shot is no good, taken away, and it comes to Jones, and he'll lay it up and in. Phil Jones out of Kenmore West, 82-78, Niagara Frontier League. Long pass from Moore to Kanowski. Kanowski hauls it in, gets it into Dallas. He kicks it back out to Thompson for three. Off the back iron, no good. Dallas gets the rebound. Short jump shot off the front iron, no good. And taken away, and here goes Smith from Kenmore West, and taken away by Kanowski. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Niagara Frontier League team.
Nice defense there by Kanowski right there. Does a great job of not fouling and be able to hit that ball out. Too bad, though, unfortunately, no one there to help really pick that ball up before it went out of bounds.
So Kish to inbound, gets it to Tran. Tran along the baseline, sends it back to Kish for three. Off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, private schools have it. This is Kanowski out of Cardinal O'Hara. A nice pass from Thompson to Kanowski into the corner to Jackson to Moore for three. Good, C.J. Moore, his second three of the game. 82-81. What a game, back and forth. Here's Kish the other way. Now Jones drives down the lane, puts it up and in. And it's 84-81, the Niagara Frontier League team. Moore with the ball. We're going to get some substitutions here. Moore dribbling. It's a pick from Thompson. Still has it. Oh, he turned it over that time. Good defense there. Long pass up ahead for Jones. His shot won't go, but Smith puts it up and in on the rebound to make it 86-81, Niagara Frontier League. Matthews, as the pace actually slows down for just a bit. Matthews. What a game he had for Tapestry at Buff State. Puts up a three off the back iron, no good. Smith gets the rebound, and we get one of those timeouts for a lot of substitutions. A little disappointing for Smith, who seemed to be ahead of the field.
I think he's saying the same thing. Wait a second, I got a breakaway right there. I want that one.
Yeah. Well, it's 86-81 in favor of the Niagara Frontier League team with 4:50 to play here.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know what they're going to do for the MVP of the NFL one. It may come down to a late shot here. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'll leave that for you. You're so much better at it than I am. Oh, nice play by Robinson, but he can't score. He does, however, draw the foul. As you see the players trickling in from the third game. And it'll put Robinson on the free throw line. Well, you got to believe
one of them that you got to consider right now, right, for the team, T.J. Robinson.
Well, you also got to go Thompson from out of Timon for the private school. Has got to be right up there.
Well, I think the private school one's wrapped up. I think Thompson's got that one, right?
I do too.
But then we think over on the other side. I mean, T.J. Robinson's got to be in the mix. I think Jake Kish has got to be in the mix for North Tonawanda.
So here's Jackson, drives down the lane, barrels through there and scores. And the basket counts. And there's a foul, making it 88-83. Well, you haven't seen the kind of performance on the Niagara Frontier League roster that you've seen from Thompson for the privates.
Well,
I'm not saying no one is, they just haven't been quite as dominant, for lack of a better word.
And I think part of the reason that is because of the bigger roster over here, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So no doubt about it. And I think like Phil Jones has had a great second half. So has also Mario Smith.
Tipped up and in by McKenzie to make it 90-84. Nice play there. Here comes Jackson back the other way. For the private schools, into the corner to Kanowski. Now back to Jackson. Thought about a three. Instead, will drive down the lane and score. Well, Solomon Jackson making a push to at least make it a little more difficult for Thompson. He's having quite a game, too.
Oh, he is, and he does a great job right around the basket right there. You could really see that.
Well, it's 90-86. Niagara Frontier League, and clearly, Tom, somebody's going to get over that century mark.
We'll see.
Maybe both. A lot of points have been scored. On the far side, Sanders out of CSAT. He'll put up a shot. That's no good. And now Dallas back the other way for the private schools. He'll take a short jump shot and score to make it 90-88. Parker out of CSAT. Gets it back to his teammate. Dumped down low, put up and in by McKenzie out of the falls. Nice play there. Good teamwork there. Pass up ahead for Kanowski. And he'll put up a shot that will go. And it's 92-90. 2-point game. Stolen by Kanowski. But however, Parker comes back, gets the ball, drives down the lane, won't go. McKenzie trying to put it up and in and around and out in the private schools. Dallas has the rebound. What a sequence. Now, Gallo puts the ball on the floor into the corner to Washington. No good, but Gallo's there for the rebound. Oh, and the shot wouldn't go, and McKenzie back the other way. McKenzie lays it up and in. He thought about slamming that one. You get a whistle and another substitution.
I'm shocked, though. At this point, you think we want to win the game, right? And they got Jackson and Thompson sitting on the bench over there.
I don't know how to respond. Here's Dallas.
That's my only shock there.
Dallas. Oh, he saved it. He tried to pass it up ahead, but no one could save that one. And that one will go to the Niagara Frontier League.
I think you got to get them back in the game. Those two should be on right. There he is. Okay, he's doing it now. This was to get some guys a little bit more time because he knew he was going to go after the stretch run then right there.
It's a 4-point game with 2:02 to play. Niagara Frontier leading this one 94-90. And Niagara Frontier has the ball. Jake Fyack has arrived. He will do the third game with Tom. And they'll inbound it to Sean Hargrave out of Kenmore West. Near side, that's Parker, and he'll put up a shot that's good for three, making it 97-90. Thompson makes a move, goes down the lane, puts it up and in off the glass, 97-92. Minute 40, less than a minute 40 to go in the fourth quarter. Parker still has it. Oh, almost lost it, gets it back, and he will get it to Hargrave. His shot is no good. Tip. Thompson comes down with the rebound. And Thompson puts up a three. Off the iron, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Rebound controlled by Niagara Frontier. Jackson steals it back. Battle on the floor and controlled. And Matthews takes a three that's no good. But Jackson gets the rebound for the Privates and he puts it up and in. And it's 97-94. And we'll have a timeout taken by the private school. So...
No, he's saying stay. He said no. He said don't worry about it.
Oh, all right. He changed his mind, or
I think he changed his mind.
Well, it's a 3-point game with a minute 3 to play. And the Niagara Frontier.
He's trying to tell him full court press is what he's trying to get him to do.
All right. Parker out of CSAT driving on Moore. He'll get it back to Robinson. Now Parker. Moore, good defense. Shot won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Jackson had it and got knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the private schools with 43.3 seconds left. Still waiting for somebody to break that century mark. Long pass up ahead to Matthews for three. Tied at 97. Lamar Matthews ties it. 35 to play. Robinson comes back the other way. Eric O'Brien directing traffic from the bench. Here's Robinson, one of O'Brien's guys. There's a three that's off the iron, no good by Hargrave. And the Privates come back with 20 seconds. They can win the game here. Matthews with the ball. Now far side to Jackson. 10 seconds to play, tied at 97. Looking for one final shot. Jackson has the ball. Jackson, he'll put up a three. No good off the iron, and we're tied at 97, and we'll have some more basketball in this game. Overtime is coming.
Looks like 3 minutes. Is that what he put up?
It was 3 or 4. I thought he put up.
I couldn't tell if he put 3 or 4 because I thought he had 2 fingers like this.
You could be right.
3 minutes. Yep, 3 minutes up on the clock.
3 minutes of overtime. Well.
Let's take a quick break so that we can come back and finish
we're
this
tied
one
at 97. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to.
We're back at McKinley. Overtime is underway. Logan Ute has the ball for the Niagara Frontier League team, and he'll hand it off to Nate Parker. Back to Ute. He'll take the three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Thompson for the private schools. Thompson tries to go through traffic, lost the ball, got it back, gets it out to Solomon Jackson the third. His three is off the iron, tipped up in the air by Moore. He couldn't control it, and there's the alley-oop pass. Didn't work, and McKenzie has it in the corner for Niagara Falls. Will get it out to Robinson, and TJ Robinson spins, gets it to Logan Ute. Thought about the three, instead into the corner for Hargrave, and that's good. So it's 100-97.
Okay, there's your first to hit 100 right there, right? Now do they win?
Yep, here's Moore with the ball. Far side to Matthews. Thought about the three, gives it back to Moore. Moore hands it off to Thompson. Thompson drives, spins, puts it up and in, and it's 100-99 as we're in the final minute already of the overtime. Hargraves into the corner, Logan Ute underneath, and McKenzie scores. There's a whistle, and that looks like it's just for the substitutions.
McKenzie may be your guy right now that's going to be that MVP for the NFL.
Can't argue that.
He is the guy you've been seeing scoring. It was one of the guys from the first half we were considering. He's been big in the second half.
You know, the funny thing is it's been quote-unquote quiet, but he's been there all the time when he's been out there. Near side, almost stolen by Hargrave. Instead, Thompson gets it back. Thompson with the ball. Drives down the lane, stolen, knocked away. And here goes Brown, and he'll leave it. Oh, he missed the dunk. Just as we talk about McKenzie, he misses the dunk. And here comes Jackson with the ball. Jackson drives down the lane. His shot is blocked, coming back the other way by McKenzie, but he's fouled.
Still, he puts that down. It would have been done, right? It would have been done. That would have been our MVP right there for the second one.
I think the basketball gods are mad at us. Would have made it so easy. Instead, Jackson's at the free throw line. First one is good. 102-100. Janowski from Cardinal O'Hara comes back into the game. Oh, and he missed it on purpose, and the rebound's taken by Hargraves, and he's fouled.
Not a bad idea right there. I mean, you know.
No, not a bad idea at all.
Because you were going to have to foul him anyway, right? You're going to have to foul right here no matter what.
And they'll inbound. Oh, almost stolen. And a foul on the far side. Well, that was interesting.
And actually, think about it. They only have 5,000. They got to keep fouling right here, which is still going to take time off the clock.
And there's only 7 seconds left on that clock. And the inbounds to Jones, and he's fouled. Dallas got him.
So now they'll shoot. So quick foul right here will put the NFL on the line.
Well, both teams have hit the 100-point marker for whatever that's worth. 102.
But we did say I said, who's going to get it first, right? And we know NFL got it first, so they got to pull it through right here. But no, this has been a fun game.
Oh,
it really
my,
has.
Yes.
It's been everything we wanted inside of a game. We've absolutely seen some big players really step up. Obviously, we talked about it. Kevin Thompson having a day. No doubt Solomon Jackson having a day. And also Lamar Matthews with Tapestry having a day. I believe those three really separated themselves on that private charter school team. And again, you've had a bunch of guys that have had good days right here. Now, they just haven't had a lot of time out on the court. You know what I mean?
They'll inbound it into the corner, and Jackson trying to chase him down. He can't get a hold of Parker as the buzzer sounds to end it in overtime. The Niagara Frontier League hangs on to beat the private schools 102-100, and now we'll eventually get over to Zaire Dorsey, the McKinley head coach, running this show today, and he will announce the winners of both the Character Awards and the MVPs.
All right, I'm going to go with Don McKenzie right now for the Niagara Frontier League. I think he just did a little bit more and was out there on crunch time in the times where you wanted guys, where you were putting guys out there to go out there and win the game. I have a feeling that it may be Dom that you're going to see is be able to get that award.
Well,
I think he had the most points.
The only thing that didn't go his way today was that near dunk at the end.
Yeah.
Let's try and hear it. I'll tell you what, we'll keep it here, and when he announces the winners, we'll do it that way. Be a little bit easier. 100, and we have just so everybody knows, we have a third game coming up. Jake Fyack will slide into my seat along next side to Tom. And now we're going to hear the Character Awards. And so Lamar Matthews wins the Character Award for the private schools.
And that, one of the three players we were talking about today really made sense when it came to that. Matthews had a big day today. Great kid out there on the floor.
T.J. Robinson wins the Character Award for...
And that was one of the guys we were talking about as one of the top players over there. So, again, doesn't surprise me right there. Sometimes as long as, they go out there and really have that good game right out there, plus the sportsmanship, it makes complete sense. So it doesn't surprise me here. So now we'll see our final two that we've already talked about.
Well, it's got to be nice for the coaches as well. No one practiced. They all played a great game. And Eric O'Brien coached T.J. Robinson at Niagara Wheatfield. And, of course, Mike Esther coaching the private school team. And there's
and coached Matthews at Tapestry.
Right.
Right? So
yes.
Both head coaches, their kids, showing two class acts there on the court.
Well, no surprise there. Kevin Thompson is the MVP of the private school team. And let's... Well, Dom McKenzie out of Niagara Falls is the MVP, so good call, Tom. Once again, you're red hot. So a great 2 games in the books. The third game coming up in about a half an hour here on Western New York Athletics. Want to thank everybody. Mario Hall on camera, Heidi Gunther, our producer, Tom Prince, our color man. My name is Stu Boyer. Once again, the final score, Niagara Frontier League 102, the private schools 100 in overtime. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the third game. And until then, have a good night, everybody.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.